Welcome to episode 4 of the Duality of Nerds, where we aim to prove that no matter how different two people seem to be, they can always be united by the love of all things nerd. I'm Brady, he's Micah, better known as Ball.
And knowledge. So today we've got 4 segments for you. For our first segment, we're just going to do a pretty brief Spider-Noir review. There's not a ton to talk about, but it won't be spoiler free. I mean, there's not too much spoil, but just there will be spoilers. So for segment 2, we're going to talk about our top 5 projects of the year so far, plus just some shout outs and whisperings as we always like to do. Segment 3 will be pretty brief. We're going to talk about just things we're looking forward to this year. There's a lot to be looking forward to, so I'm excited for that. And then for segment 4, we're actually trying a new game, which we'll explain a little bit more when we get there. But do you want to lead us into our Spider-Noir review?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah, stick around for segment 4. I'm excited for that. That'll be fun. That'll be a new thing. But segment 1, for the Spider-Noir review, I figure we should start with our out of 10s.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have yours?
Yeah. I thought about it a little bit earlier.
Okay. So we do decimals on this podcast. So our scores of Spider-Noir, 1 to 10, 3, 2, 1,
8.
8.1.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a similar understanding.
Yeah.
It's good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have not talked since we've seen it. Do you want to get into some of the things you liked about it?
Yeah, I mean, I liked watching it in black and white. That was a lot of fun.
I did too.
It was interesting. The visual effects were obviously good in black and white. I wonder how much better they would have been in color, but it's crazy they did that much work that it would have had to look good in both.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I like the detective feel. I liked the little, it was kind of darker, older style. I liked that feel for sure, and it was a very different Spider-Man project than what we've ever seen, which I enjoyed.
That's what I'm trying to explain to people. That, like, I had a buddy and he was asking me if he should watch it, and I'm like, if you want to watch it as a Spider-Man show, you're not going to like it.
Mm-mm.
If you go into it expecting like a noir detective,
Yep.
With a supernatural flair show, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really, really well done. I mean, obviously it's a Nicolas Cage production. Nicolas Cage is pretty good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
But what did you think about his performance?
I actually think he did surprisingly well. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by his acting in that role. I think he was very consistent in his portrayal of Ben Reilly, and there weren't really any slip ups or anything. It was, yeah.
Emphasis on surprisingly. I wrote down in my notes, Nicolas Cage gave the most confusing performance I've ever seen in my entire life. I figured that it was not going to be good
Yeah.
with Nicolas Cage. And then when we got through the first 2 episodes of like the detectiveness, I was like, oh, okay, this will be good with Nicolas Cage. But when we really get into the Spider-Man aspect of it, that's not going to be that good. It'll be like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but when we got to the Spider-Man aspect of it, it was also pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was just confused the whole time. I was like, I don't know why this works. Nicolas Cage should not be a good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And of course, it's Spider-Noir. So it's a vastly different character, but it's great.
Yeah.
I thought his performance was phenomenal. He gave it all he needed to. And I think one of the saving graces with the Spider specifically was the distortion that they put in his voice when he had the mask on.
Yeah.
That really, really helped the character and
Yeah.
gave it the Spider-Noir feel. So yeah, I'm confused by his performance because I don't feel like Nicolas Cage should be a good Spider-Man, but he was phenomenal.
Yeah, and it was very different than his appearance in like Into the Spider-Verse. It felt like he was playing a kind of a different character, but in a good way. I think if it had been the character from Into the Spider-Verse, it would have been lame.
Right.
So it was definitely a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I honestly don't really have that many lows. I think I gave it an 8.1. What's keeping it from a 10 is the interest factor.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I really don't care that much about it. Like, in a month I'm gonna completely forget about it,
Yeah.
and never in my life will I have the desire to go back and rewatch it. But it was good.
Yeah.
So like I don't really have any complaints. It's just it's not really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Um,
It wasn't like an earth-shattering show.
right.
it's not ever going to make it into my top 10. Like I'm glad I watched it and it was interesting and it was, I liked the story and I thought it ended well. But it wasn't just like, man, that was really like I love that. I can't believe this happened. There was none of that, but
Right. Yeah. So it just lacked the interest factor to keep me as like a fan of Spider Noir. I would
yeah.
never say I was, but it was good.
Yeah.
One of my highest highs was everything, or my highest high for the show was everything involving Kat.
Okay.
Um, her character was phenomenal. Number one, I was constantly wowed by the dialogue between Ben Riley and Kat.
Hmm.
Every time it was just them two talking, the dialogue was so good. It kind of had like the Shakespearean, like old detective
Yeah.
feel to it. And specifically when them two were talking, I love that dialogue. But also, what a choice to have her go back and pick Flint Marco instead of Ben Riley.
Yeah.
Bold
Not
choice, and I
predictable.
liked it.
Not
I
predictable.
I really really liked that decision from the producers. I think that was a phenomenal decision. It worked very well.
Yeah. I agree. And I actually really liked the character of Silvermane. I think he was
Yeah.
well written and he's a great actor. I mean, he was in
Hmm.
at least one of the Mission Impossible movies. He's just a great actor. He played that role really well, and I think it was really well written. He was. It didn't feel like a stereotypical crime boss. He felt a little
Right.
more nuanced than that, and I appreciated his role a lot, especially in his interactions with the various characters and who he pretended to be versus what he actually was, and just his interactions with Ben Riley and then the Spider in the last episode and how different that
Yeah.
was and how he kind of twisted on Kat and how he was really good at kind of manipulating everyone. I think he was a really well done character.
I agree. I think he really elevated the show as well. He was one of my. It's probably like Cat, and then he's on par with Nicolas Cage for the next best character in the show.
Yeah.
Um, I thought Flint was a great character. Really, really, I like when they give you a reason to care about a villain.
Yeah.
Um, and making him like kind of a pseudo villain at some point, or
Yeah.
at the end,
Anti-hero or
obviously.
whatever. Yeah.
Right. Obviously, it's a noir show. It is very noir. Like, do not be expecting uh regular conversation, like normal what you would see in a Spider-Man show. It's like all of the characters are so dramatic and so like it's a drama. It's black and white. It's very, very noir.
Yeah.
I'm thinking specifically of uh what's the electric guy's name?
I don't know what his was different. It wasn't Electro, but he's basically supposed to be Electro.
Yeah, he's basically Electro. But his character is the best example I can say when the show is just like so noir. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like even in a fantasy superhero world, nobody talks like that, brother. It's just, so his character was so over the top. His accent and how he talked was so over the top, and so
I hated
I
his
got a
character,
little exhausted of.
but we're supposed
Yeah,
to.
I got pretty exhausted of his character as well.
Yeah.
But like the other guy, like the black guy, the like lizard
Yeah,
guy,
I know. I can't.
really interesting character.
He wasn't Lonnie. He was the other one that sounded similar to Lonnie, whatever his name was. Yeah, he was the lizard
Yeah.
was very well done.
Yeah, he was well done, and then the relationship between him and the reporter.
The reporter.
I also thought that was really cool. So there was just, and obviously that was very nuanced, being like you're supposed to be setting this into a, you know, time where, public interactions aren't normal like what you'd expect right now. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Where don't expect it to be like a regular, fun, normal Spider-Man. It's
Yeah.
not. It's a noir show,
And
and you see that.
I'm glad they did touch on the segregation part because I was actually wondering. Because I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad they made it a big deal, and I'm glad that they gave the reporter the role that they did. I feel bad that I can't remember his name, and it feels a little ironic. He might be Lonnie. He might be Lonnie. I don't know. I got their names mixed up. But I did appreciate the role that they gave him, and yeah, I don't know. I think they did that well for putting in that time period.
Wholeheartedly agree. I think there was a lot of stuff that was bold with how they, with like some writing decisions, making Kat go back to Flint, and feeding into the segregation aspect so heavily. Um, the relationship between the psycho mom and her son, I thought was
Mm-hmm.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, there was a lot to like about the show, and I thought it was great for what it is. The only reason it's not any higher on my ranking is just because I don't really have much interest in what it is, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, Spider-Noir. Good show. Worth a watch, I'd say.
yeah,
Worth a watch.
doesn't need another season.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Let it be.
Yep.
It's fine. It's great. Um, Segment 2. This is a fun one.
Yep.
We've got a absolutely stacked year. What a blessing.
For real.
Time to be a a show and movie lover. The year of our Lord 2026. We have had so many projects and we're only halfway through the year.
Yep.
So we're gonna rank our top 5 projects of 2026. You got any interest in who goes first? Do you want to call it dibs? You want to pass it off?
I'll take it first. We'll start with shout out, whispering, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think is normal.
Perfect.
So I'll start us off with my shout out and whisper in. For my shout out, I'm gonna shout out Monarch Legacy of Monsters season 2. I know you haven't watched that show, but
No clue.
it was a pretty good season. It's in the Godzilla universe, so getting to see Godzilla more in that show was super cool. I think the Titan that they did, Titan X, was a really cool looking, really interesting creature, and just kind of the story they ended up doing with that. I think it was a well written season. For my whisper in, it's actually I didn't watch it very intentionally, but The Boys season 5, just what a crap show full of absolute junk. Yeah, I didn't
I
watch
will
it.
never understand the appeal of watching that show.
Yeah,
I
it's just
I can't wrap my head around
it's
it.
gore porn and porn. So it's like
Exactly.
there's just
What are we doing here?
nothing appealing about it whatsoever.
That's a great whisper in.
You want to give us yours?
Yeah. So I actually have 2 shout outs. I wanted to give, given how high I rated it, I had to give Spider-Noir a shout out.
Okay.
It's not my top 5,
Yeah.
but shout out Spider-Noir. It was a great show. Also, my shout out, Invincible season 4.
As a shout out, that's crazy.
Did
Okay.
not crack my top 5.
Wow.
Now, if it weren't for episode 8, looking at my current list,
And episode
Invincible
3?
season 4. Yeah. Oh, the hell episode? Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
But if it weren't for episode 8, specifically episode 8, Invincible season 4 would be number 2 on my list. It wouldn't be above my number 1, but it would be number 2. Episode 8 of that show genuinely made me not want to watch the show anymore. I'm going to watch it out of obligation.
Yeah.
But I have no interest in this storyline. And I was able to overlook a lot of the random gay best friend of like Amber and stuff like in the earlier seasons. I was able to kind of overlook that. It was a kind of obnoxious. So we're talking about a population that is going extinct, right? The Viltrumites. And one of the most powerful beings in the universe at this point, going to be the most powerful being in the universe, Invincible,
Yep.
Mark, has a son. The whole reason we care, the whole reason we should care about season 4 is because the Viltrumites are going to repopulate Earth. They found their way.
Yep.
Mark Grayson was the way. Mark Grayson's genes, it can be done with the human genes.
Yep.
We have all these reasons to care about Viltrumite kids, and they kill a Viltrumite kid.
Yep. It's not the
Not
show
only
writers.
that,
It is the comic writer.
Right.
But
Right. I don't give a crap.
I know.
Because
he's also the show writer.
If say you want to make a decision that bold, okay, give the characters reactions to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mark had no reaction whatsoever.
Yep.
And was all just like, rats, man.
Yeah.
Rats.
Bummer.
There goes my shot. Bummer. Are we serious? The whole point of season 4 is to care about Viltrumites and the future of the Viltrumite generations.
Yep.
And you have this crazy climax that you decided about part of the Viltrumite generation, the son of what's going to be the most powerful being in the entire world, Mark, killed. And there's no reaction. The characters don't care. And it's like, okay, why should I care about Thrag repopulating?
Yep.
What if the characters don't care about the Viltrumites dying?
Why
should I?
Yeah.
So I had a huge problem with that. It's not even like, I think forcing abortion into a superhero show is kind of stupid.
Yep.
But that's just like, I can set that aside if you want to make the writer's
handle it
choice. Right. If you want to make the writer's choice, fine, I guess. Go for it. But they made the characters not care about the one thing that the whole point of season 4 should make us care about.
Yep.
Fair
enough.
It dropped from number 2 on my list to not being in my top 5.
Yeah.
Obviously, the season was incredible.
Yeah.
It was good. But yeah, I'm way too long into my rant about Invincible season 4. We'll save that for another episode. So let's just get into my Whisper In. My Whisper In. This movie did almost $400 million in the box office. I think it's a 4 out of 10 at best. Michael. I think that movie was not good. I wasn't, I get that it's a autobiography, or what's the video version of autobiography?
It's a biopic.
Right, it's a biopic. I get that. So it's not supposed to be like necessarily, it's not really the point of entertainment. It's more the point about telling a story. I get that. It's Michael Jackson. His whole life was entertainment. Make the movie entertaining. The first 30 minutes of the movie, Michael is 9 years old. We don't even get to see Jafar. Now, what I will say, the music is incredible, and Jafar Jackson's performance is incredible. I saw somewhere that he's never acted, and the family, came to him. Obviously, he's Michael Jackson's son, or not son, nephew. I think a lot of people know that. But the family came to him and they were like, we're going to do this. Have you ever considered acting? And he was like, I guess I'd do it if I played Michael Jackson. And they were like, bet, do it. He's probably going to win an Oscar for it. Like his performance was phenomenal. He was incredible. The music was incredible. The story was awful. The resolution of the story was awful. I hate how the whole point was we had 2.5 hours of this building a climax of Michael Jackson can't get past his father, and then his confrontation of his father. He didn't even look his father in the eye. He didn't even say it directly to his father's face. And then when his father tried to get his attention, Michael again didn't look him in the eye, just walked away from him. And it's like, we just sat here for 2 hours listening to this guy talk about how he needs to get past his father, he needs to get over his father, and then the climax was him saying to a crowd, "This is my last show," not saying it directly to his father, and then ignoring his father as he's walking up. That's seriously the resolution?
No development.
I don't know if that's how it actually happened. So I'm giving you the kudo, or the fair enough points of, I get that it's a biopic, but goodness gracious, that was a snoozer. I was hoping the movie would end sooner when I was halfway through. I did not like that movie.
Yeah, I didn't even bother to see it, and now I'm glad I didn't. I do got to give credit where credit is due. I know you asked me for the word biopic. I guess God gave me a post this morning on Instagram to read about the box office of different biopics, because otherwise, if I had not seen that post, I would not have known the word
You would
biopic.
not have seen it. Ha! That's
So
hilarious.
give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Michael Jackson just surpassed Jackson surpassed or Michael surpassed Oppenheimer by $1 million.
Oh
So
my
it is
gosh.
now the highest grossing biopic. So
Goodness gracious.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. Well, let's get into our top five. We'll start with my number five,
Let's do it.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Um,
Okay.
it
I like that it made the
definitely,
top five.
yeah. I mean, halfway through the year, yes. By the end of the year, no. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it was a fun movie. It's a Star Wars movie. It is fun to go see a Star Wars movie. Mandalorian's still a great character. I kind of like what they did with, Rod of the Hutt. I don't know. It was a fun movie. I'm more
We've got a
excited
whole
for
review of Mando and Grogu up on the channel.
exactly.
So,
So
oh yeah, we
kind
loved
of
it.
yeah. So you want to hit us with your number five, or how do we
My
want to
number
do
five.
it, or do we want to just me keep going?
Go through yours, and then I'll go through mine.
Okay, fair enough. Well, my number four will be higher on your list, but my number four is Project Hail Mary.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow, that feels low.
Yes, I didn't enjoy it as much as you did. I feel like all of the space movies that I watch and like have a bit of a darker feel to them. Maybe not the whole movie, but at least parts of it. And Project Hail Mary felt pretty cheery all the way through, which again is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just different from what the stuff that I'm used to.
Right.
So I don't know. I like, especially when it's like a darker that leads to better, which I mean, Project Hail Mary, there was that sense of our son is going to get consumed, but there wasn't enough dread behind it. There wasn't enough. I feel like they didn't do enough there. So that was maybe my only real problem with it. I think if I rewatched it, I would probably enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's my number four. My number three is Invincible season 4, and that is barring episode 8 and the Hell episode.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bar. I mean, I do think the climax was at least interesting of the Viltrumites being on Earth and repopulating. I'm interested to see where that goes. But like I remember we talked about this. Like you watched that episode and it made you hate every character except for like Thrag and maybe Omni-Man. Like those are the only two.
Yeah.
Which
every single character in that show, episode 8, made you hate. And it's like, okay, what's the point? Why would you make us hate the entire whatever?
Other than that, it was a really, really cool season. And, episode 7, I think it was the really crazy, insane.
Episode 7 was unbelievable.
Yeah. It's like that alone has propelled it to, number 3 on my list. But my number 2 is Maul Shadow Lord. Okay. I imagine Maul is going to stay in my top 5 by the end of the year. I can't say the same for the other 3. I think my 1 and 2 will probably end up staying in my top 5, but Maul, I mean, we have a whole review of it. Just an unbelievable. I'm so glad they're going to renew it, and they're already working on season 2, and they're going to do multiple seasons, like several. So
yeah,
just such a good show. Animation was incredible, and but that leaves us with my number 1, which you have already predicted. You had to think for a second, but Daredevil Born Again season 2, man. I mean, just an unbelievable season of TV. It had no weak episodes, in my opinion, at all. Every episode was so well done. I know there's like one episode that's a 7.9 and everything else is 8 or above. I don't even know why that one was lower rated, but just an unbelievable show with an unbelievable climax. I mean, that's going to probably stay in my top 2 or 3 by the end of the year. I mean, it is that, I mean, we have a review of it as well. So we thankfully have already reviewed most of these, but just an unbelievable show.
Yeah, I agree. So So we do have some stark differences in our top fives, which is a little surprising. Coming in at my number five, you've heard this before. I have the Mandalorian and Grogu.
All right.
For the sake of the sake, it's a Star Wars movie.
Yep.
It can't not be in my top five. I mean, they've been making movies for next year 50 years, and we have 12. This is one of them.
Yeah.
Star Wars fans need to get their act together and say, we don't have that many movies to appreciate. Find the things to appreciate, of which there's a lot in Mandalorian and Grogu. There's a lot to appreciate. And just appreciate it as a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Like, there's no blaring issues with it. There's things that you would hope to get out of it that you didn't get out of it, but there's nothing like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
And Star Wars fans, I hope, will come to appreciate that more than they have on initial release. But yeah, like I said, we've got a full review of Mandalorian and Grogu up. It's a great movie. That's my number five.
All right.
Number four, you have not seen. Came out earlier this year. I think it did about 63 in the box office. But given its cast, that was pretty low. It is Crime 101. Came out towards the beginning of the year. I was still on campus, so had to be, one of the first few months of the year. But it's Chris Hemsworth, Barry Keoghan, Mark Ruffalo. It's a great cast.
Yeah.
I think that's one of Chris Hemsworth's better performances that I've seen. It's definitely Barry's best performance that I've seen. And I don't personally like Mark Ruffalo as an actor. I think he's kind of tasteless.
Agreed.
And kind of bland. But he was good in this. He was like genuinely good in this.
Okay.
Everything about the story interested me. There's twists in the. I won't spoil it for you in case you want to watch it.
Yeah, it's sounding interesting.
No, it's a really, really good movie. I appreciated it a lot. I probably would have this in the upper half of 8s. It's close to a 9. I have a couple issues with it, but honestly, I just appreciate it as a good, fun movie to go watch. I don't think it's, up there with my top 3 as far as like, holy smokes, you got to appreciate this. But as far as like a movie to go see, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's funny. There's a certain relationship with Chris Hemsworth that is done very, very well. There's twists that you absolutely don't see coming and are just incredible. The resolution, I didn't have any problems with. I actually really appreciated. Yeah, I really enjoyed Crime 101. And that's a movie that is gonna go very fast to the top of my rewatch list.
Okay.
That's one, I'm a couple months removed and I want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Again. But going on to my number 3, I have Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Okay.
It feels low.
Yeah.
I said before we were recording how much I was struggling to order my top 3. I had Daredevil Born Again season 2 at 1, and I flip-flopped the next ones back and forth, and I was like, it just doesn't feel right. And then I moved it to 3 and flip-flopped, and I was like, okay.
No, it's hard. Yep.
It's really, really tough to order this. It could absolutely be a 1. It's right there. Like I said, we've got a review of it. It's definitely a 9 out of 10 or higher. I agree with you that there are no bad episodes. I know they struggled with reshooting some stuff, and I think given that, it was phenomenal. It was incredible. You kind of pick up on it on a couple times when things like the bank episode were thrown in there, and you're like, okay, I can kind of see some of the stuff that's like either reshot or old, and like some characters, you get it. But I think at the end of the day, it's Charlie Cox Daredevil, and it's Vincent D'Onofrio Fisk.
Yep. And
those characters on screen together it's one of the best superhero villain dynamics we've ever had.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can quite say it's the best.
That's hard.
Given that we have
Batman and Joker.
Yeah, we have Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Batman, Joker. We have Willem Dafoe,
and Tobey
Green
Maguire,
Goblin, Tobey Maguire. So like we've got some really good ones. This is up there. This is up there with Christian Bale.
Agreed.
Heath Ledger Batman Joker is Daredevil Vincent D'Onofrio um, Fisk. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
We have a whole review. It's such a good show. No complaints about it. Um, Looking forward to possibly seeing Daredevil in the very near future.
True.
What's the date? In 28, 29-ish days.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
I've got
could
my
not be more
ticket.
excited.
I've got my ticket and a great seat. I was the first one to buy the ticket at the
Let's
showing.
go. Dude, I'm so excited. But when we get into our things we're looking forward to, I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah, I should have.
But going straight to my number 2, I have Project Hail Mary.
Yep.
I think Project Hail Mary, for what it is near perfect. I think when I think about the movie, it drops below a 9 out of 10 because there are some stark issues that I have with it. I don't like the nonlinear storytelling in that movie.
You don't like that at all. You don't like that in anything. You hate
You're correct.
nonlinear storytelling.
That is a personal issue with me.
Yes, it is.
I do not like it at all. Because it just logically, it's never made sense to me. So the past story that you're trying to tell, the climax of that is that Ryan Gosling makes his way onto the spaceship. We've seen him on the spaceship for 45 minutes already. We already know that happens. And it's like the John Wick movies, when it starts with him on his back and he's bloody, but he picks himself up. And so it's like the climax of the movie is him going to be almost dying and then picking himself up, not dying. It's like, what's the point of spoiling the movie? You said it. I've never appreciated nonlinear storytelling. But when you watch the movie, it is just so good.
Yeah.
All of the visual effects, all of the characters. I'm a huge proponent of when you have a good actor, let the good actor act.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Project Hail Mary did with Ryan Gosling. I mean, it's one of the best performances of his career, which is saying something.
Yeah.
But 90% of the movie is just him. And it's crazy to think about for the vast majority of him filming Project Hail Mary, he was completely by himself in the room. That's crazy to think about because of how strong his emotions and his connection to Rocky are. He's incredible.
Yeah.
One of the best performances from an actor, or I'd say that is the best performance from an actor of the year. So it's got the best visual effects. It's got the best soundtrack.
It'll win an Oscar.
Like I said, I have issue. Oh, 100%. It was just a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
So when you watch it, it's like objectively 9.5 out of 10 or higher.
Yep.
Maybe not 9.5, but like objectively 9 out of 10 or higher. But when I think about it, I'm just like,
it lowers a little bit.
It lowers a little bit because I've never been a nonlinear storytelling guy.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. But I don't have that issue with my number 1, Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah.
This show was perfect. I have no issues with it. I don't think I gave it like a 9.3, I'm pretty sure, in our review.
Yeah, you had only like two major issues, but they weren't like
my big issue with Maul Shadowlord, why it's not a 10 out of 10, is because we never see Darth Maul at full strength.
Yep.
He is either holding back or injured.
Yep.
For every single fight. And like the whole point of Darth Maul is that he's brutal. And like we get that a couple times. Don't get me wrong, we get that a couple times.
Like, yeah.
Right, with the pikes. He's stabbing pikes in the face with a lightsaber. Like it's some of the most brutal Star Wars we've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
And everything they did with his character, I love. I complain about him not having too much character development. In hindsight, I'm kind of disagreeing with myself.
Okay,
so
good.
I'm interested to see how my opinion would change on a rewatch.
Yeah.
And I'm especially, willing and would love to be proved wrong in future seasons.
Yeah, I mean the development
which I
was
know they
supposed to
won't
be
do many.
the development was all supposed to be Devin, I think that's just the first season it was her development, and the next season will probably be their development together, and then we might see more Maul development.
which this is just a disagreement that we have, and it's just like I go back to this. What are we doing here? The show is called Maul Shadow
It's
Lord.
called Ahsoka, so why?
And so I go back, and you're like, but Devin's character arc was great. And I was like, yeah, fair. It's called Maul Shadow Lord. Same thing with Ahsoka. I'm like, what are we doing here? The show is called Ahsoka. And you're like, but Rebels Season 5 is phenomenal. And I'm like, fair enough. It's called Ahsoka. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So
They do need to rename it.
that's just like a bit of a disagreement we have. Um, you obviously don't have a problem with nonlinear storytelling.
Mm-mm.
I do.
You're more
At the
picky
end
than
of the
I am
day,
with movies. That's for sure.
I think I am.
You are
I
way.
think I am.
No, it's not a think. You are way more picky. But it's not a bad thing.
It's just
I mean,
right.
you'll pick up things that I don't that will make me see it differently. So I appreciate your criticisms for sure.
Yeah, but I hope that doesn't make movies worse. It's just like it's genuinely things that I think about, and it's like, what is the point? Going back to Project Hail Mary, what is the point of telling a story of which the climax was revealed 45 minutes ago? Just logically, it simply does not make sense to me why they would tell that story when we already know what happens.
Oh,
I think like
it's just the climax wasn't the point. Like in that case, the climax wasn't the point. They just well, I mean, it sort of was because we know he was on the ship, but we didn't know that he was forced against his will onto the ship. You know, like I think that was the only.
is it strong enough to make up for 45 minutes of the movie?
Probably not.
Like I don't think so.
But when you watch
just,
it does feel different.
right. So I think about it and I'm like, I hate the nonlinear storytelling, and then I watch it and I'm like, that movie's a 10 out of 10. Yeah. So it falls somewhere in between there. But at the end of the day, Project Hail Mary, Maul Shadow Lord, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, those aren't falling out of my any top lists for the year. I don't know. Given how incredible the rest of the year is, we might do a top 10 for the end of 2026.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, you're going to see Project Hail Mary and Maul Shadow Lord, probably Daredevil Born Again Season 2 on any of those lists. So keep an eye out for that at the end of the year. But that's a great tie into segment 3. What are some of the things that we could have on that top 10 come the end of 2026?
I'm going to take the big one first, Doomsday. I think if Doomsday does not become a top 1 movie of the year, it failed. Like that is the bar. The bar for Doomsday is it needs to be the best movie I've seen this year. Given the state, given where Marvel was and where it is now, it needs to be that good.
Do you think it will be?
I have really high hopes. The fact that it's long, like 3.5 hours or whatever, that gives me enough hope to think that it actually, I think they can do it.
So, okay, that's one of the things that makes you optimistic about it. What are some of the doubts you have about it?
There's so many characters, and this is leading into the reset of the whole cinematic universe. And I don't know how they're going to do that in a way that makes any of the emotions in this movie meaningful. Like, if there are certain characters that die or sacrifice, like Tony Stark in Endgame or whatever, but then they reset the universe, is it going to matter in the grand scheme of where Marvel is going? So I just wonder, will some of the movie end up being kind of pointless potentially if there's a reset here? So
interesting. So do we know that Secret Wars is happening?
Yes, Secret Wars is happening, and it is the reset of the cinematic universe's word on the street.
So that's a good. I just don't know how they do that.
Yeah,
like you said, in a way that's meaningful at all. I'll just tell you, I think I am more nervous for it than I am excited.
Fair.
And I have the same pause, or the same thing that gives me pause that gives you pause, which is there's just so much. There is so much to do to blend the X-Men with
introduce the X-Men.
So you have to introduce the X-Men, reintroduce all of the new age MCU, so the new Avengers, the Fantastic Four. You have to introduce all of those, and then you have to blend all of them Oh yeah, with a bunch of old farts that you're trying to bring back, like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and
And with a new
obviously
villain that we haven't
with a
seen
new villain.
before.
We haven't seen anything about him. We don't care about him at all. I mean, would the Fantastic Four end credit make us care about Doom?
No.
Kind of.
It's a
Like, it kind of makes
tease.
me
It's not
interested.
like a yeah,
It's,
interested, yeah.
but I
But
know what's going to happen, because what's going to happen is Reed Richards is going to try and find a way to get Franklin back, and he's going to end up making a machine that takes him to where he thought Doom was, and then he ends up on Earth. What is it, 316 or whatever?
616, yeah. You got the
Okay,
16 part. Nice.
So he tries to end up, chasing after Franklin. Oops, we ended up on Earth 616. Steve Rogers. It's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it in a way that would make me not roll my eyes.
Yeah.
That's the truth of the matter.
They can't afford to fail. That's the optimism we have.
So they can't afford to fail. And think about the last time we were like, there's just too many characters. It's not going to work. Infinity War,
the greatest Marvel movie of all time.
Every single person said there is too many characters. This is going to be a mess. It's a 2.5-hour movie that feels like one, and it is the best Marvel movie, period.
Yep.
Bar none. And so
the pacing was great somehow.
We say all of this and we're like, it's just too much. Oh, wait, we've said that before.
Yeah.
And it was the best Marvel movie ever. So I have that, and I'm holding on to that. Trust me, I'm holding on to that. I want that to be like, I want Doomsday to be that.
Ceiling is high.
Yeah. Yeah. But Doomsday is not the only thing that we have to look forward to this year. Like we were talking about earlier, about a month from now, we get Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yep.
I could not be more excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm sure everybody's seen the new trailer. It is leaked, but Daredevil is going to be in the movie.
Yep.
We don't know fully what role he's going to have. We know we're getting OG Rage Hulk. We know we're getting Punisher. We know we're getting Daredevil. And
the Hand.
I could not be more excited. We know we're getting the Hand.
Yeah.
Part of me is getting a bit of a pause going into this movie, thinking that we're going to get immediately bigger than street level with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which is not what I'm looking for. I don't want Spider-Man to go bigger than street level again.
For the fourth time. I mean, that's Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Right, it is. And of course he's been great.
Yeah.
Like, let's not say that the Tom Holland Spider-Man hasn't been phenomenal.
Yeah.
It has been. But I would just love a pure street level Spider-Man movie. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's what we're going to get here. We'll have to let it play out, but maybe all the big stuff will be the last 20 minutes of the movie, and it's some sort of climax that leads us into, Doomsday.
Yeah. I think that's
awesome.
I think that's likely.
That would be incredible. But yeah, what are you excited about with Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Definitely bringing in Punisher and Daredevil in that whole arc. I mean, Marvel is going to be hard pressed to create characters as good as Charlie Cox's Daredevil and John Bernthal's Punisher. It's just, yeah. I mean, I'm curious. There's a lot of plot points with, Peter Parker turning into more of a spider, that weird mutation. You have that. You have whatever the thing is now possessing people and all that. And then you also have the Hand. So it's like you've got these kind of three antagonists almost. And it feels like, again, the pacing could be...
And the Hulk.
Yeah. You've
got the Hulk as an antagonist.
A raging Hulk.
Probably.
That's true. Yeah. And then Punisher is technically also an antagonist. They're not going to get along. They have very different views of how to solve problems.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I'm looking forward to is I think their relationship is going to be hilarious.
It's going to be so funny.
Especially if you throw Daredevil into the mix, because it's going to be like Punisher is going to go to say something, Spider-Man's going to web his mouth, and Daredevil would be like, I've been trying to do that for the last 5 years, and like
Yeah.
that kind of thing where like he and Spider-Man are together and Punisher's just like rolling his eyes. And I think that relationship could be awesome.
Yeah.
But like they're gonna have to do that to tone down Punisher,
They have to.
obviously, because you can't put the Punisher in a PG-13 Spider-Man movie. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's like 5 antagonist plot lines that we can make out, and then there's like 4 protagonist side characters with Punisher, Daredevil, maybe Jean Grey. So there's looking to be an aggressive amount of everything,
Yeah.
to where like you hope it doesn't overrun the movie and you hope it's still a Spider-Man movie, but it gives you pause.
Yeah. Yeah. Think we'll be a little bit quicker with our next ones just because those are the two big ones. But
Yeah.
I'll try not to steal what's probably your next one. So I'll talk about Silo season 3 coming out soon. I mean, I know you didn't love Silo, and it is slow. It's a fairly slow show.
It is.
I think the pacing might be better in season 3, but I also said that for season 2.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the slow feel, especially if I'm doing something while watching it. But I think it's a really interesting concept. I like kind of that futuristic and I don't know. I think it was a really interesting concept. Makes me want to read the books a little bit, but instead I have the show. So, just briefly, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. I watched the first 2 seasons, wasn't really impressed. There was a lot of yawning, um, but I'll probably watch season 3. Hopefully, it blows me out of the water and it,
Yeah.
it does something awesome. Uh, you're probably talking about the Odyssey,
No, I'm
which is
not,
the
but
biggie.
we'll take it.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay. So let's talk about the Odyssey,
Yeah.
another Christopher Nolan film. I'm hearing a lot of stuff saying they are. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say something about Spider-Man: Brand New Day. There were uh, fan screenings
Oh.
for Spider-Man: Brand New Day over this last weekend.
Whoa.
As in, we're recording this on Sunday, as in either today or yesterday or Friday. So
Yeah.
there were fan screenings. Every single fan that was involved said they hated the ending
Oh. Hmm.
with Spider-Man: Brand New Day,
Cliffhanger.
which I think that probably means cliffhanger, and I think it probably means Jean Grey, which it will lead into Doomsday.
Yeah.
Because I think what they're gonna do because we didn't even mention in Doomsday, they're also trying to blend street level characters. I think because they're gonna have to, and it will be like Spider-Man, Punisher, and Daredevil in Doomsday. Like they're gonna be a trio
Yeah.
when they're brought into Doomsday, and I'm guessing they'll probably do that through Jean Grey.
I wonder if they're going to bring in the Defenders too, because obviously they brought back
Oh,
Luke Cage and
yeah.
Jess at the end in Daredevil Born Again season 2. And I know they've talked about bringing back Iron Fist, maybe with a different actor. But so I wonder if the Defenders plus Punisher plus Spider-Man will be the street level. But again, that's just more characters for them to.
That's just more characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing I took away from a fan screening hating the ending
Okay.
is that just means cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like any sort of hating the ending in a fan screening does not really mean anything to me. Um, Pretty much all of the rumors that come out of fan screenings don't mean much to me.
Yeah.
But something as stark as every single one saying they hated the ending, to me, I just read that as cliffhanger.
100%.
Yeah. But anyways, so we were talking about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff about The Odyssey that Nolan isn't happy with it, with how it ended out. It's either Nolan wasn't happy with it, some of the actors weren't happy with it, or there's some sort of drama going on with The Odyssey.
Interesting.
Have you seen any of
I
that stuff?
haven't, no.
Yeah, so there's someone involved. I actually don't think it is Nolan because I feel like I remember Nolan saying this is like his favorite thing that he's ever done. But Christopher Nolan has said that for every movie he's ever made.
He's right.
Regardless, he's right, kind of. But regardless, I remember seeing some drama surrounding the Odyssey about not good vibes surrounding the movie. I'm interested because I had really high hopes for it when it was announced. What was it? When the tickets became available. It was like a year and a half before
Yeah,
the
something
movie,
crazy.
something crazy like that. I was really excited. I thought their uh um how you say, not advertisements, their
Marketing.
publicity,
Publicity. Oh.
marketing. Yeah, their publicity or marketing for the movie up to that point was phenomenal, and I think it's been good since then. But I'm seeing some stuff that, like, now that we're getting close to release date, there's some sort of drama surrounding it. So
Hmm.
I obviously have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm interested. I'm going into it with hesitancy,
Yeah.
much less hesitancy than I had when I was excited for it a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have too much to say. I'm also pretty hesitant. I mean, I didn't even watch Oppenheimer just because he decided to throw in nudity, and I didn't like that as a creative decision. It's the first time he ever did
Yep.
it in one of his movies, and I hate that. But thankfully, hasn't that's not in the like it's R rated for violence and gore. It doesn't say anything, so uh,
Right.
Odyssey might be good. So I think it could be interesting. But another thing that I'm excited for, that you are also excited for, X-Men 97 Season 2.
Yes, I didn't even think you were gonna say that. I forgot about that. I'm so excited for X-Men 97
Yep.
season 2.
No, it's gonna be good. Season 1 was really enjoyable, and I mean, you never really know what to expect with that show. Like, all the storylines are kind of different. They're very unique, and
Yeah.
that's the same with, like, I watched most of season 1 of the original X-Men show, which just isn't that good. But it was the same deal. Every episode's a different random new story. You just don't know what to expect. So I have no idea what to expect, but I think there's going to be really good writing. So
I trust the team. One of the main writers for X-Men 97 season 1 is not on X-Men 97 season 2.
hmm,
Um which a lot of people were not happy with.
yeah,
Other than that one writer, it's the same team
okay,
across the board.
yeah,
So I'm not really that worried. Um, I think he was one of the main writers, and that's why a lot of people are upset about it. At the end of the day, it takes a lot more than one person to
yep,
make X-Men 97 season 1, and pretty much all of that is the same team for X-Men 97 season 2. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm really excited for it. What I thought you were going to say is you were going to talk about Dune Part 3. We haven't even mentioned Dune Part 3.
yeah,
I have a rough history with Dune
yep,
because I watched Dune when it came out, and then I didn't watch Dune 2. I didn't understand Dune 1,
yeah,
so I had no interest in watching Dune 2. And then I watched Dune 2, and I forgot everything that happened in Dune 1, so I was lost in Dune 2. So, like, my experience with Dune is all over the place. So what I'm going to do, which is what people recommend, is I'm going to watch Dune 1 and 2 as a 5-hour movie. I'm going to have, a block set aside,
yep,
probably on some random weekend,
yeah,
and I'm going to watch both movies, back to back. Um, possibly touch some grass in between, but likely not. Um,
no point.
but I'll just watch the movies back to back so I can have the full understanding. I feel like I am familiar with the universe, and then I'll go into Dune Part 3, and I feel like that will make me a lot more excited for Dune Part 3.
Yeah, now that I'm gonna be unemployed for the rest of the summer, uh, I will also be rewatching them.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm gonna rewatch those two back to back. That was in my plan as well, and I think doing that will make me more excited for Dune Part 3. It's definitely it's a confusing universe if you haven't read the books, which I haven't. So it's
Right.
not as easy to get into as some of the other franchises, but they do such a good job. And I mean, Hans Zimmer's scores are amazing, so it's just
Right.
it will be very good. But it's definitely the one I am keeping up with the least because I'm more just waiting until it comes out to watch it.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. And we probably missed a bunch, but there's a lot to look forward to in the rest of 2026.
Yeah.
Like we kind of mentioned at the end of 2026, we're going to do a kind of annual review. We'll probably do top 10.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, uh, let's get into segment 4.
Segment 4.
Segment 4, this is the fun one. It's a new segment on the podcast. We are calling it bit or legit. Here's how it's going to work. One of us is going to read a phrase as if it's something we believe.
Yeah.
And the other person will have to decide, is he making a bit or is that a legit take that he has? So this is our new segment, game show segment called Bit or Legit. We each have 3 phrases. We're just giving it kind of a test run, and then if the response is good, we'll, keep it up. But yeah, we've got 3 each. So what do you say? I get us started.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. My first Bit or Legit of the podcast. Star Wars The Force Awakens is a top 3 Star Wars movie.
That's legit. That's got to be legit because I agree with it.
So you think it's a legit
I'm calling
take from me on the basis that you agree with it?
No, you just rewatched those movies, so you could be baiting me. But I don't know. I don't know what. I think it's legit. I think that I'm gonna call legit.
That is absolutely a bit.
Is
I
it?
think it's great. Yeah, it's a bit. It's in all fairness to you, it's really close. It's probably my number 4.
Okay.
I've got Empire, I've got Rogue One, and then I've probably got Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Above Force Awakens. But I have the Force Awakens above A New Hope.
Yep.
And you could convince me into putting The Force Awakens above Revenge of the Sith, but like right now it's at my number 4. So in all fairness to you, it was really close, but that was a bit.
That does feel fair, but all right. Okay. Chopper is the best droid in all of Star Wars, and it's not even a competition.
See, here's what's depressing about this. I know the answer to this. What's even more depressing about this is that you know I know the answer to this, and you just want to hear me say it. I don't want to. I don't want to. Out of pure spite, I want to say that it's a bit. But that is a legit take that you have, and it's unbelievable.
It is a legit take. Not a competition. That's the part that's maybe a little bit of a bit. I think it probably is a competition, but yeah.
With...
Probably R2D2.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Not
Fair
3PO.
enough.
Here's a legit take.
I know you
3PO
hate
is
3PO,
bottom
trust me.
3 droids in all of Star Wars.
I know you hate 3PO. I cannot believe that is a take that you have. You just wanted to hear me say it. That's an outrageous take, and I'm gonna clip this, and I hope the comments tear you to shreds.
Oh man, no, they won't. They're with me. The people are with me.
Okay, my next one. Hayden Christensen is a bad actor.
You said is, not was.
Hayden Christensen. His career is full of bad acting, and he has been and is a bad actor.
Okay. I'm actually gonna call that a bit. I think
That is a bit.
Okay, yeah.
I starkly disagree with the people that say he's a bad actor.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
It's
hate on Hayden
majority,
Christensen's
probably.
acting. I blame it all on the writing of the prequel trilogy because you see all of the complaints you have with Hayden Christensen in every other character in the prequel trilogy.
Yep.
Name a prequel character that is not as clunky as Hayden Christensen's line delivery is. I mean, Padme is just as bad.
Yep.
Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan is just as bad. And those are obviously great actors and actresses. So like we see it with every single character. Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson, great actor. His character is Cheeks in the prequels. He's so clunky and awkward. And it's like, Hayden Christensen is not a bad actor.
No.
We see so much great stuff from him in the prequels. I blame it all on the writing because you can see it in every other character.
It is George Lucas's. He just can't write dialogue like that. that is the issue. I mean,
You
you've
are
talked about
absolutely correct.
the scene with Anakin and Padme looking at each other, like the amount of emotions that cross their faces without words, like their acting is phenomenal.
They are phenomenal actors and actresses. The prequels are full of them, and it's sloppy, poor, bad writing.
Yeah.
That does not make Hayden Christensen a bad actor. That's a bit, and I starkly disagree with the people that say that he is.
Yeah. All right. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies collectively are better than the Avengers movies collectively.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. For the sake of this podcast. Oh no. This could go catastrophically wrong. I'm going to say it's a bit.
It is a bit. It is a bit.
Thank goodness. Oh my days. I was going to lose my marbles. Guardians 1 is good. Guardians 3 is good. Oh my goodness, they're not as good as the Avengers.
I think some people might actually have that take. I feel like that would be a real take. There are some diehard Guardians fans, dude.
Is a crazy take. There are some people that say Guardians 2 is like the best Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I think that movie's not good.
Yeah?
I'm so glad that was a bit.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heart pumping there for a second. All right. My third one. I need to lock in for this one. Got the poker face. I would rather have Bullseye's powers than Thor's.
I'm saying legit. I think you think Bullseye's powers are way cooler than Thor's. I think that's
They're
legit.
so cool, dude. They're so cool.
cool.
They're so cool. They're so much cooler than Thor's. I would use Bullseye's powers with like every single thing that I do.
You'd be the new Shohei, bro.
I mean, I would be unbelievable in every single sport. I'd be like peeing from downtown at every toilet I walked up to.
Real.
I would have so much fun with Bullseye's powers. Yeah, that's absolutely legit.
It's just more
100%.
applicable in daily life, you know? Like you can actually
Oops.
you can actually do stuff with it, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
man.
That's legit.
Okay. Okay. I'm just straying from the nerd, which is why I'm laughing, because this has nothing to do with anything nerd.
Okay.
Lifted trucks with big rims look awesome.
We have the exact same opinion here. That's a bit.
That is a bit. Yeah,
That
they're
is
so
100%
gay.
a bit.
It's so gay.
So gay. Thank you. Okay. 100% they do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
bro.
goodness.
Pavement Princess.
It's like you want to be driving a Broadway. What are they called?
the oh
Things with lights all around them.
yeah.
What is the word for that? Marquee.
Is it a marquee?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, I don't know that word.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
it's
taking your word
marquee.
for it, but I know what you're talking about.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
It's like you want to be driving a marquee. In saying that, that doesn't sound right.
Is it a marquee?
Oh no.
Okay. Hold up.
No, I think they look so dumb. And the guys that like have like purple lights under the rims, or like white lights under the rims, I think those look even stupider.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh. Literal
Yeah.
Pavement Princess.
No, we have the exact same take. That is a bit. They look stupid and gay.
Yeah. It's really hard to come up with these bits, I will say. I can think of my own like crazy legit takes, but it's hard to come up with equally bad fake ones, you know?
When you're, a part of the Star Wars or MCU community, you see enough awful takes that you can just like repeat some of them.
True.
Like that's what I did with the Hayden Christensen one. I've just heard people say that and I'm like, you're so incredibly wrong.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And so like I'll hear bad takes and that's what I'll do. But yeah, a bit of a teaser of our new segment. Let us know what you think, bit or legit. I think we had a pretty good success rate. Did we get all of them from each other?
Yeah. Well,
Oh no,
I missed your
you
first
said my
one,
first one.
kind of.
Kind of. It's a toss up, but
Yeah.
it's not. Um, but yeah, that wraps up episode 4 of the Duality of Nerds. We've got a bunch of stuff going on right now. We're posting all the time on all of the socials, all the
All the
short form
time.
content. Um, we have the villains bracket tier list
Yeah.
coming out here soon. Make sure you watch those and vote in the comments what villains you want to throw a lifeline to so they can make it to the finale. Yeah, we're just having a blast. Tons of content we're sitting on right now that I'm just editing and uploading, as we go. So
Yeah.
not running out of content anytime soon. We're having a blast with this. This has been episode 4. Uh, he's yawning, so that means we've got to call it.
Just
And
exhausted.
make sure you smash that like